Hello everyone, this is Natnarf signing back in, and welcome back to 9 people, 9 doors, 9 hours, I don't know, 999. I don't know, it's just a new day. Wait, I need to show you. I'm still doing this. Yeah, now it's the next day, 11th of October, Sunday, Hong Kong time, 12:10, just turned, apparently. So yeah. Yes, Kajan. I really okay. We'll resume from where we went off. So, would you like to resume from where you? Yes, thank you. But I just. Oh. I hope my screen and things don't start moving, cause it took me a long time to get back into shape, and now I don't know what I have. I have a body, I have a blood. Okay, I have a fake heart. Hello. Where's Susie? Okay, so we collected 6 parts of the medical mannequin. Sorry. So the ones you've got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah. Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope. Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! I think the hearts is wrong. Oh, there's a number on here. 5. What's this? Is this the weight? Well, we are just stacking the body parts, so it makes sense that would be the weight. So wait, what's the? Maybe I ought to swap the hearts. So yeah. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight. Wait, yeah. Well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed. Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John. Oh! Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna get the heart. The screen is the 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by touching the part you want to switch out, and then the part you want to switch in. I just gotta switch the heart. Okay, not working. No, it's actually working. Oh god. So slender. Wait! The boobs! The chest! Oh my god. There! Hey Junpei, I just heard something. Oh, it's called the ER. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out. I love his expression. I wish I could stay with you longer, buddy. And with the other 2, they're crazy. I'm sorry, I know June is June. Akane is supposed to be the best friend, but in this game, she's something else. She's annoying, okay? She's a different kind of thing that you do not want in the end. So yeah. And Junpei's got a because of his background, I pity him. Still. If I don't beat him as much, is because he's really a guy. He's really a guy. He's not a girl. Because he's a guy that is, how do you call that? Still, how do you call it? Admirable, even though he's lost his memory, and he's still willing to continue on this dumb journey on risk or thing to be able to get out of the place. Just to get out of the place. So yeah. And that Alice, oh, I miss the when I first learned all this info. Oh my god, it was such a what do you call that? You know how you just learn something new and you feel proud of it, and you feel like you just became a whole lot more clever in a stack, in like, what do you call that? In a scale way or in a book kind of shelf way. Like a book of knowledge that just suddenly stacked up under your legs, making you feel taller or something like that. Huh? The lid on the scale. It's a key! I get it. It must have been because we matched John's weights to what on the chart. John is not John. John's a girl. You see the boobs there? What's this? Oh, Jupiter. It looks like a 4. Wait, I still need the ink? Goodness sakes, you're scary even if... The entrance to the operating room. It isn't locked, but there's no reason to go back. Only back there's a number door. Alright, the other one. Sorry! God dang this. No! Huh? You know, sometimes I really don't know how to think. Hey, hold on. Junpei stopped about to put the key into the doorknob. What's up? Where's Clover? Huh? Ah, you really? Nowhere to be seen. Where the hell did she go? Ah, okay, just hold on a moment. I'll go get her. Sure thing. I'll be staying here, honey. Left 7 at the door, headed back to the operating room. Maybe she went to get some liquid or something. That one of those injections, syringe thingy magics. He found her standing next to the operating room. Never mind. Oh, right. There's a secret to her brother. A really, really huge secret. That will make people all here doubt him at some point. So, yeah. Just staring at the mannequin. Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here. She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead. What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John? It wasn't the best joke. You're so mean. But it was something. An attempt to not in a mood. Clover didn't laugh though. She stood still, stock still, and said nothing. Hey Clover, can you hear me? Perhaps it was something he said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened and whispered in a dry, dead voice. My brother... Oh, come on! He's alive, you know it. He might be dead. Huh? That's why we couldn't find him. Don't! If he's dead, I'm gonna be next. No, we need all the numbers, idiot! Suddenly the operating room felt very, very cold. What are you talking about? Exactly, don't do that. What's wrong with you? He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Oh, I forgot if I needed to give it to her. It gave me luck then. Nah, I'll just give it to her for the sake of the multiple branching endings. Oh yeah. They didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier. Here. Take this as a token of my concern? I know it's not the best choice of words at the moment. But here, and luck. 4-leaf clover. Santa had given it to him earlier in the second classroom because he didn't like this. He never liked them because he's a psycho and an idiot. Literally. Held it out to Clover. Did you know that each leaf on the 4-leaf clover means something? Hope, faith, love, and luck. Take it. This is a good luck charm. He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand. Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's the most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. You, what are you looking at me for? Your brother. He's not dead. He's alive. Somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've got to believe in that. Because we all need to get out of here alive. One person dead is just enough. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. You could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes. Thank you. Her voice was tiny and broken. And as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor. But it did little good. She wiped away the tears with baggy arms of her jacket. Oh, with the baggy arms of her jacket, sorry. With baggy arms. Ah, that's that nice. One more quickly to go. Oh God, take their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. There. Let Baymax. Yeah, my daughter knows the reference. Let Baymax take care of your crying. Her tears made small, wet circles on the floor. Thank you. She said it again. Seven is just there listening. He knows that. He knows what's going on. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an arrogant tear from her cheek with his thumb. Gave her the best smile he could manage. Now, come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit. But still, she didn't move. Wait. Before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you. What's that? What do you think when we hear the word experiment? Ah, yes. Man, I don't want to spoil anything else, but Clover also has a relation with experiment. You'll see in a moment. For a moment, his mind froze. Bless you. Ah, my tab! Ah, why are you watching on my tablet? Alright. Then he came back to his sentence and realized the word mean nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition. What? Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean that you knew about the 4-leaf clover. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a jerk, but you're making less than no sense right now. Exactly. No, it's nothing. Just forget about it. Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about? Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke. You promise you won't tell anyone? I won't! I hope to die! Cross my heart and hope to die. Cross my heart. Really? Really? I can trust you, right? Of course you can. Slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei. Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago. Dun dun dun. Wait. On the ship? Yeah, this ship. He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions. Not 1,001. 99 ain't one of them. But it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished. It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Something about communicating through these fields that you can't see. Fields that you can't see. Yeah, the one that Seven was talking about. Lotus was talking about earlier. Where that one group did with one experiment, and then another group did another experiment, but the second group got better in success rate than the first group. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go check back the video. You heard something like this before? Clover nodded. Like, think about this. She pointed at the operating table. John. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin. Exactly. This is John, right? But he's got a sexy, slender body. Hey, look at that figure. But is he really John? All Junpei could think was she was finally completely lost. She felt finally completely lost it. Isn't this like Lockheed's socks? Or the ship of Thesis? Junpei grew and more confused. Exactly. If you didn't understand this, you have to listen then. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. See? Sound. You don't know. You haven't heard of those paradoxes. Shook his head. Clover laughed. Okay, well, pay attention then. This is how Lockheed's socks work. Locks! I don't know if Lockheed's socks work. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei? If it's my sock, actually, I'd patch it up because I'm poor to buy a new pair. Well, I guess I'd patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole. What if another hole opens? I'd add another patch, I suppose. Ah! What if another hole opened after that? Another patch, I guess? Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with? No. That's tough. Junpei crossed his arms. See? That's something else. You think you haven't really thought about it. But if it actually gets to that point, will it become... Is it really the sock that you originally had in the beginning? Maybe the form is there, but not the actual material of the sock. So that's a lucky socks thing. Yeah. The ship of Theseus is a lock like that. Pay attention. The ship. Look at that ship. It's so magnificent. So fine. Wait, I gotta get that picture. Where's that picture? And I'm on a banana base. No sugar. I'm sorry. Where'd that picture go? Hello, picture. Saves. Quick screenshot. There. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Right? Right. Can you really say that the ship is the ship of Theseus that you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Is it still called a new ship or an old ship? Then which ship is the real ship of the Theseus? Exactly. The one you repaired or the one you built with all the original parts? It was an interesting question. See? Clover could see Junpei was intrigued. Hey, do you think it's the same? What's the same? These guys. Is this John? Or is this Lucy now? Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of the body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Lucky Socks and the ship of Theseus. Theseus, I can't pronounce it. I don't know the right pronunciation, but I can't pronounce it. Sorry. What the? Weird. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. What if the head was also swapped as well? For many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom that had held that a man's identity resided in his heart or in any of the number of internal organs. John's head and heart were both his. But apart from that, and a single arm, the rest of the body had once been Lucy's. So sexy. John, you're so sexy. Get a nice figure. Was that mannequin really John, though? We're just like these mannequins. She looked at Junpei again. Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die, and new ones are born. Regeneration. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe a part of your right side, is made from a cow you ate. If you take a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too. That's how we're all connected. Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye. The silence was broken by Seven. Ah, Seven! This was getting interesting! Hey! What the hell is taking you two so long? Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy. How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Looked as if there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on. Oh, what were you two doing? You should have just stayed in the room, Seven. I hate it. Clover didn't interrupt until later. Why did you do that? Was this some sort of secret meeting? No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the man. It was sicko. With the mannequin. Oh! Let's go, Junpei. Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression. Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of... Stop! Stop! That's not it! That's not it! Stop! You're a dick. Oh my god. Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out of the door. The developers weren't light on the language now, were they? They just gave it all. With a short laugh, 7 followed. They stood looking at the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key, shoved it in, twisted it in, pulled it out. Sorry. Is it cool? I'm gonna open it now. You don't need to keep asking. Just do it, alright? Just do it! Sorry. Fine then. Just don't be a dick. He slid the key into the hole and turned it. He felt it unlock. Open sesame! The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud him. I will do it! Bravo! Okay, it just sounds like I'm stupid. They walked through the door. That was it. Alright, let's get going. Hey man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know? In fact, you sound more happy. You know, get a little... You're the one that cut in our conversation earlier, you know that? Not really. Jimmy turned away from 7 and took his first step down the simple white hallway. You're a dick. My brother might be dead. I'm gonna be next. Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead. It was likely to follow him. How could we pretend to be happy after hearing something like that? You found it! It's like that Spirited Away. You got it! When Chihiro solves the riddle of the pigs thing at the end. They left the operating room. Those footsteps were so loud and so many. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked. Until at last, the final door was hidden in the corner of the hallway. Why is the other side of this door so far? Oh yes, this is the door with this blank number. Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made it push once, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither 7 nor Clover. Junpei! He spun around. He saw someone running toward him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions. Santa, Lotus, and June. They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard. Whoa! What the hell is this? What are you doing here? What? But didn't we? But before he could finish, Clover spoke. Hey guys, could you take a look at this? She's standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she found. There's something on the wall at the end of the hallway. See, they all are together. They all branch in together. A map of the ship's interior, said the C deck in the upper left corner. Upper left. It was, they assumed, a map of the floor they were on. Door 7 and Door 8. The map confirmed what they already knew. Both doors eventually led to the hallway where they had found themselves. In fact, hey, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door number 9, sorry. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Exactly! That's why I love being with you instead of the other 3. I don't even want to be with June. Otherwise, we won't be able to open the door 9. That's how the nonary game works. Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again. As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to wariness. One by one, the others saw what he'd seen. They moved as one for the door. He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, but put it in his pocket and followed the others. 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took a hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5. Ready? I'm gonna open it! Sheesh, you should really get a jacket. All nodded in silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw the door open. We're back in hell. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not very long ago. Dun dun dun! The tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. Except, where's Ace? Ah, there. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seems that his brain was working as well as ever. That's good. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report. At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little slow of altruism. I'm sure you'll be back for me. I did hope you would come back, but I confess I didn't think you'd be back so quick. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile. Oh, look at that face! Well, we saw it again, we ain't dead, so that's good enough. Look at that face! Chocomoki, Chocomoki. Like that Pokemon. Chocomoki. 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 7 smiled. Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we needed. No, we need to open the other door. The key? Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei? He nodded. Ah, the solar system keys. Actually found one in the laboratory too. The Earth key! Lotus dug out a still warm key with an Earth symbol on it. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. Wow, can't you just put it in those junkies there in between? You can't lose it there. That way it won't be my fault. Oh, wow, you! With that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. She felt slightly less than honored. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Jupiter key, which had been found in the operating room. The Saturn key card, which had been found in the kitchen. And the Earth key, which Lotus had just handed to Junpei. Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. Dunjun spoke up. The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hallway, right? Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. And the next to the stairs. Wait! They were the first words that anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy. What about door number 3? Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just leads us back to the big hospital room. There's no point in seeing what's on the other side of that door. There is a point! At least there is for me. Your brother! There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could, just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. Exactly! Him looked everywhere in the room except all over. And muttered, coughed apologies under his breath. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of the door tree. She nodded. Once. And the next person to speak was Ace. Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. 7, you help me, won't you? Huh? Me? In his head. It looked like 7 was doing him too. What if I just go instead? 4 plus 1 plus 5 equals 9. No. 9 plus... Let's see. 9 plus... 9 plus 1, 2, 3. Maybe I need also 3 along. At least he gave up. Well, I guess that's how it can be. So I'm going with you, huh? Yes, you are. Alright, let's get moving. And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover that what lay beyond the door number 3. Okay, we're heading out. Sorry, big guy! Be careful. You? Whoa, didn't think I'd hear that from you. Exactly! Don't let it get to your head. I'll be in trouble if the three of you bought it. The rest of us can't open door number 9. Well, freak the telephone! Okay, me back. Sister's calling me. Never mind. So, the rest of us can open door number 9. The truth comes out. 7 nodded as if the answer made much more sense and pulled the lever on the red. I know, right? She's just harsh. Okay, let's go. Door open and Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through. 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. The door closed noisily. Alright, we should get moving too. Yeah, we're gonna search the whole place. Huh? Get moving? Where are we going? Everyone except Lotus seems rather confused. Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain. We have 3 keys, we've got to explore the rooms. I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key. Yes, if we're lucky, we might find Snake. They were at the end of the hallway, lined by individual hospital rooms. Again. The Jupiter symbol was engraved on the keyhole. Alright, Jinpei, open it if you please. Yeah, I'm on it, you slave pusher. Jinpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. Like a dick. Twisted it. With a sharp, nice click, he felt the door unlock. Alright, ready guys? Junpei's companions nodded. Now be back, then slowly and quietly open the door. God damn it. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map's interior. The tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom with a massive central staircase. Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea? What do you mean? Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? Not again! So many phone calls today, why? Inside was exactly what he expected to see. From the map of the ship's interior, there's a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom with a massive staircase. You forgot there's 2 other rooms. Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky. This. I pulled the 2 dicks out of my pocket. Sorry. The Saturn key card. And the Earth key. Santa cocked his head to one side like an inquisitive bird looking at them. After several long moments, during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him. Don't you remember, Santa? The C deck where we are on now, there's a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? Then next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. On A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So the 2 keys that Jumpy has should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck, huh? Yes, that's right. June smiled, pleased with herself. Great, thanks for translating. So did Santa. Alright, I got it. Let's get started then. Why do you say we split into 2 teams? You... Lotus and I will search Earth, so you can search Saturn, right? Sounds good. June handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that their initial search should be brief, only 10 minutes. Yeah, just in case the 2 come back early already. They'd meet back near the staircase once they were done. Junpei and June headed for the elevators. Sure enough, there was a card reader bolted on the wall next to the lift elevator. Lift, not lift, my butt. They lined up the Saturn car and swiped it down the reader. Yay! The light on the upper left corner blinked to life. Great, we can use it now. Looks like it's working. Alright, now how do I call the elevator? No! There's a single button to the right of the elevator door. On the button was an upside down triangle. The reverse symbol for down. They didn't appear to be an up button. Junpei pushed it, he didn't much of a choice. And... ding, ding, ding. I love those gates. Don't you love these kinds of circular elevators? It opened. Where is it supposed to close? What was it about to do? Close it? Don't you love these elevators? Circle. I don't like those cramped square ones. I don't know why. It just makes it's just how do you call that? More dirt and obviously stay in the corner. I don't know. There's some elevators here still in Hong Kong that has square. Okay, most of them is in square, but there's a majority in circle, in cylindrical shape, which seem a whole lot better and safer than the ones in square. I don't know why. Look, Jumpy. Jun's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety. Sweet, it opened. Let's get going. He grinned at Jun and stepped toward an open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm. Really? Wait. What? I'm not ready. Oh gosh. I said something of a loss. What should he possibly be so frightened of? They could only go down. She was afraid because the only elevator pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. And I thought about it. Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. Of all which that meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks, where the flooded area. And the first floor below there where the deck, D deck, should be completely submerged. Unless they go to E deck, right? Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up somewhere above, under us, right? Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the blue button, There was a motor noise like it was moving and then it opened. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So take a look inside. He jerked open his head toward the interior of the elevator. It's dry! It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floors are totally dry. You're right, they are. She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed. Well, let's test it. Test it. Yeah, watch this. Press the down button. And bent around the corner until he could see the floor buttons. There were only two, E and C. Push the E button and jump out of the elevator. The door slid shut and then they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. That is such a cool animation. I still love this. Moments later, they heard the sound of the elevator door grinding, opening several floors below. Junpei nodded to Jun and pressed the elevator button again to come up here. A few moments later, the elevator returned. It's dry! Door slid open, and just as Junpei had expected, there was no water to be found. Junpei couldn't resist puffing out his chest just a little bit. You smartass! Jun, however, still looked confused. What does that mean? How can the E deck be safe if the D deck is still full of water? Well, there's what I think. The elevator shaft and D must be watertight, separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you. He pulled out his notebook and pen and sketched out. Really? He had a notebook? Alright, he did. Still, didn't make any sense. See? So this is why the ship hasn't sunk. The shape of the inside that keeps it all from filling up the water. I think that's what's going on. Junpei continued to talk as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, right? But come on, just do it, alright? Give Jun's shoulder a reassuring squeeze, then hop onto the elevator. So in case the guys come and look for us, you're here to tell them I went down. He's gonna jump. She's just gonna jump in. Jun looked worried, her eyes darting back and forth as she was trying to make a decision when suddenly... I'm coming with you! Ah! At the least possible moment, Jun dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. How sexy. Jun slammed his finger shut against the open button, but it was too late. The door was shut. He and June were in the elevator and went headed down to the D deck. Nice. The E deck. Sorry, not the D deck. He was so surprised that June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on the E deck. The elevator stopped and the door slid open. "I is open!" They stepped off the floor outside. Nothing seemed especially unusual. No fish going about their fishy business, or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. What is this? We're not in the corals yet. There was, however, a blowfish. Or at least, something that looked very much like one. June's She's a blowfish. June's cheeks were puffed out and her mouth a tiny, intense frown. Really? We're still alive! Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought, this part hadn't been flooded. Come on, just look around, there's no water here. June looked around nervously, then... Ah! You just came out of nowhere! Exhaled! You're right. It's not flooded at all. See? But there's a whole lot of water! Yeah, right on top of us. What's going to happen if the ceiling breaks? Really, June? Really? 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 June thought about that for a moment. We'd probably die. Oh no, don't be so casual about something like that. At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can. Once we're done looking. In that 10 minutes, it's going to run out of soon. Please! June and Santa might be already back. Okay. Good idea. Jumping glanced around the room they found themselves in. Let's just draw the goddamn place. First thing they noticed was a set of iron bars. They ran the length of the room and separated the left and the right one. Well, we can't go over there. Right. Then perhaps... in the corner of the room that housed the elevator, Junpei found something like an opening, walked up to it, and stuck his head around the corner. 6! The straight hallway stretched out in front of him. That door at the end of the hallway, there's something written on it. It's a big ass 6! June set off down the hallway at the brisk clip, somewhere running between run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was a number written in bright red paint. 6. I knew it. This is the number door. And indeed, it was a red bolted on the wall right next to the door. Great. Of course, only 2 people. There wasn't much they could do with it. Alright, let's head back. Oh yeah! Junpei and June turned and headed back to Cedric. On their way back, Junpei noticed his map on the wall. I'm gonna get it again. As it turned out, it was a burned map of the ship's interior for Deck E. Burned! Huh? So you guys found door 1. They met back up with Santa and Lotus. Will explain what they found. Apparently, there was another numbered door on A deck, just like the one on E, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was one on the door. All told, they had discovered 2 new doors, 6 and 1. Interesting that E deck wasn't flooded. Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in thought. Well, we don't really know if all of the E deck is safe. We'll only check the area around the elevator. Even so, it's still very interesting. You said that 6 was there, right? Yep. Then that means 0 planned this out, even in the sinking. That would mean some serious remodeling of the ship's interior. Exactly. Pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Yep. I wonder how long it took. Can't imagine just how much it must have cost. Exactly. Been a ton, that's for sure. Well, that does go along with what Ace is saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash. Yes, it does make sense. Except your hair. And your big ass. That thought made them all go quiet for a moment. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing. I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here. Yep. A large pleading eye. Yeah, you're right. Let's go back. Ace and his team might be back already. Yeah, Junpei, I think you should be able to... Oh. Stop! Huh? You guys leaving me behind? Yep. Can't we just go back first? You're gonna make him crazy. Just kidding. Alright, let's get going. I don't think so. We're all impetus. They need it. Back to the large hospital room anyway. And then the three of them is gonna be panicking at us. The moment they step inside, a tremendous voice echoes to the Hey! Where the hell did you guys go? Sorry, Ace was right behind him and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back. It looked as though there was something strange about them. Seven had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't like this. I know what is going on, so but I will save it for now. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, want to see the next part of what is going on, just simply wave your wall like a sorcerer and hit the like button and the like button and the subscribe button to watch that ass. To watch the rest. Until then, this is Natnarf signing off.